Antonio Guterres has been banned from entering Israel. You know Antonio Guterres? Yeah, this is the guy from the United Nations. He's supposed to be like the president or the top guy from the United Nations. He's been banned from going to Israel. This is insane, fellas. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. Please, thank you for associating yourself to us. Please click on the button. It's called subscribe. YouTube say you're not subscribed. You watch, but you're not subscribed. You need to watch this. Okay, let's go. Antonio Guterres has been banned. Israel has banned the UN General Guterres from entering the country. Israel Foreign Minister declared Antonio Guterres persona non grata and henceforth banning him from entering Israel, according to a post on Twitter on Wednesday. This is crazy, isn't it? So we always sit down and think each country has a president. Now the United Nations leader is like the president of the world, and he's supposed to be like the big brother that everybody respects. You know, everybody looks up to him. The guy has been banned from going to Israel. Can you believe that? So that's, in other words, shows you we don't respect you, because the United Nations is supposed to bring everybody online, like bring you back to line, bring you back to purity, to sanity. Like it's like the angel that cleans everybody. So now one country telling the leader of the United Nations that is banned, he cannot come in their country. It sounds to me like something North Korea will do. I'm not saying Israel is North Korea. I'm just saying it sounds like something like out of this world. So why has he been banned? He's been banned apparently because of his failure to unequivocally condemn Iran's massive missile attack on Israel. You know, Iran hit Israel very recently, like big, okay, and some of the shots went through. You know that. The Iron Dome that's supposed to protect invincibility, it's very effective, very efficient, it works. But this time around, some of the missiles went through, and that's not a nice look. So they say he was supposed to condemn that fact. He didn't do it. Therefore, he's not allowed to come to Israel anymore. Anyone who cannot unequivocally condemn Iran's heinous attack on Israel, as almost every country in the world has done, does not deserve to step foot in Israel's soil. The Secretary General who gives backing to terrorists, rapists, murderers from Hamas and Hezbollah and Houthis, and now Iran, will be remembered as a stain on history in the United Nations. So in other words, you're not a good leader of the United Nations because you are backing all these other guys. Obviously, as you can imagine, the US has intervened, but this time around, as opposed to what people would think, you know. Matthew Miller said that this action from Israel is not productive at all, you know, due to the UN role in the region.
So we think it's important that Israel be able to engage with the UN. One of the things we've always said that Israel needs to be cognizant of throughout this conflict is its standing in the world. And steps like this are not productive to improving its standing in the world.
They shouldn't speak like that. Like don't get upset like that. Why are you doing this? You cannot say that Guterres is not allowed to your country. The US will not support Israeli attack on Iran nuclear sites. Biden says, fellas, that's crazy.
Do you support an attack on Iran's nuclear sites by Israel?
The answer is no, and I think there's things we'll be discussing with the Israelis what they're going to do, but all 7 of us agree that they have a right to respond, but they should respond in force.
Insane. We all know Iran sent missiles, about 180 missiles to Israel. Now, Israel promised to retaliate, and nobody knows where they're going to hit Iran from.
The regime in Iran does not understand our determination to defend ourselves and our determination to retaliate against our enemies. We will keep to the rule we have determined. Whoever attacks us, we attack them.
The Americans anticipated saying they do not support an Israeli attack on Iran nuclear site. So what does that mean? It means the attack is imminent, and that may be very drastic. Biden has said he will not support an Israeli attack on Iran nuclear site, as the US sought to temper Israel's response to Iran missile attack on Tuesday. So many people feel like the reason why Israel may hit Iran's nuclear site is because it's a little bit shameful, after the publicity the world got of the Iron Dome. It's got a great reputation. Like, you cannot get through it with your missiles, your drone, or anything. Now, Iran touched a few spots, like repeatedly went through the Iron Dome. So that's kind of not nice, The reputation of the country is at stake. So they have to do something big. And Biden say, no, I'm not involved. Please don't do that. Are we up for something really crazy happening soon? Now, Russia's intervened. Russia on Tuesday called Israel to withdraw troops from Lebanon, warning that the attack would lead to further escalation on violence in the Middle East. They say you must withdraw your troops. You must go away, and what you're doing is unacceptable.
Russia resolutely condemns the attack on Lebanon and calls on Israeli authorities to immediately stop using force and withdraw their troops from the Lebanese territory. There is no indication for fresh civilian victims amongst the civilians, and their number is already in the thousands.
We express solidarity with the leadership and the people of friendly Lebanon. Friendly Lebanon. That's rubbing it in. Okay, which has been subjected to armed aggression. We sincerely send our condolences to families and friends of the victim. That's the statement of Russia. Now, are we looking for a bigger war happening here? Russia's not happy. Russia don't want you to get through Lebanon, because if you get through Lebanon, your next attack is going to be on Iran. Well, Iran is the friend of Russia. He's giving him support right now. Now, if you destroy Lebanon and Iran, what does Russia have left? Okay, so I think we need to be very aware of this. This is crazy. So this is not the first time, fellas. This is crazy because Antonio Guterres, who's supposed to be like the chief, the boss of the United Nations, they say, you cannot come into our country anymore. You're banned because you did not condemn them. This is crazy. It's not the first time because it has happened in the past. A while back, a prosecutor that said that Prime Minister of Israel should be arrested, and he launched an international warrant of arrest for the President of Israel. The prosecutor was bashed.
I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023.
The prosecutor was bashed. You've established an institution to condemn negative things happening in the world. Once negative things happen in the world and you are called on to negative things, you bash it. Let me just remind you here. Russian president was also called on the ICC. Everybody applauded, say, yeah, you need to arrest this guy because he's a war criminal.
Today, 17th of March 2023, the International Criminal Court has issued 2 warrants of arrest in the Ukraine situation. For Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation, and for Maria Lvova-Belova, Commissioner of the Russian President for Children's Rights, for the alleged war crimes of deportation of children from Ukrainian occupied territories into the Russian Federation.
When it comes to the Israeli Prime Minister, then the institution is bashed. There was a group of 11 Republican senators in the United States that sent a letter to the ICC saying, we're going to make sure your life becomes crazy. They threatened him of repercussion, saying, you're not allowed to come to the US. We're going to make sure your family never set foot here. Never. If you dare condemn Israeli Prime Minister, we're going to make your life into hell. So the question that arises here, if a prosecutor can be threatened, if the President of the United Nations can be threatened, now do we really have a United Nations? Can people just stop stepping out of the United Nations or create something parallel, because this is really just a farce. This is comedy. Let me know how you feel about this. Is this a great pleasure to you? Please subscribe and drop a comment. We want to hear from you. God bless.